Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Feed the Kids 2023. I am your wonderful gamer friend, Adelaide the Retro Gaming Idol, aka Lyra, and just wonderful runs today from Proto Sonic. Need to get together and talk more Sentai. And play more Sentai because we're playing Power Rangers, the movie again. Those people would remember that last year for Retrothon 22, as I remember, we played the bid war for Kimberly versus Adam. Adam won that one, I remember that. So we're gonna play Kim this time, because Kim is my main and Adam is my alt. And also, thank you for the raid to chat. Welcome everybody. We are hosting this lovely marathon for Feed the Kids 2023, benefiting Random X. Please come and join us for the next lovely bunch of 2 days, plus the rest of tonight. So this is a fighting game, more or less, that feels like a beat-em-up. Every character plays hits differently. So you're gonna get a different experience no matter who you pick. These are my mains right here. We played Johnny Young Bosch last time, we're going to play Amy Jo Johnson this time, so stand by, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay hydrated. And go. So there's a couple different ways to play this game. I prefer to play it hard and I try to use morphs to conserve the 1cc. So my times aren't the fastest on the board. Personal best is 42.25 still, that has not changed in quite a while, but it's okay. Because one of these days I'm going to PV, and I'm going to be getting below, I think it's what? 8th, 9th on the leaderboard somewhere. Yeah, that's what my current would be considered in the category that I usually run, which is any percent hard, but the leaderboards, I should have backflipped there. The leaderboards are a little bit awkward on speedruns, so this is the closest that my category would actually be. So stage 1, running through Angel Grove, just chilling, beating up buddies. So this is based on the events between MMPR and what would be O Ranger, which is Zeo back then. I guess you can consider it canon, to at least the American version. And thank you for the good luck, I appreciate that. So this will be a 1cc. I have not blown a 1cc ever. I have no plans on doing that because this game, even if it's on hard difficulty, is actually fairly easy once you get it mapped a little bit in your brain. And a little bit too far back there. World record for this is about 30-ish minutes, I think. Okay, we're just gonna play footsie, I guess. One-ups are also given whenever you have high scores, and there's a couple hidden throughout the stages. The game is very generous with one-ups, so unless you're a newer runner, you want to go ahead and just only grab the ones in your way, you'll be fine. I'll try my best to point out where the actual other one-ups are, but there's not too many of them that are actually lying around, so. That's not good enough. I morph here specifically to get the short kill on that one. Because otherwise it goes all the way around and you have to go all the way forward with it, and it takes a ton of time if you want to do that. Not just a hammer. The fireball section's a little bit tricky to actually go through perfectly, because the timings on them are all really awkward. So your morph meter is two different things depending on whether you're morphed or not. Morph you can hold infinitely until the end of the stage where you're forced to use it. If you are morphed, however, charging your meter a second or a third time will give you access to your special weapon, which is different for every character, for a limited amount of time. Similar to a fighting game, you can have an ultimate go off like once with your meter, which consumes the rest of it. This is the Home Alone 2 elevators, by the way. Never play that game, just play this instead. My whole goal is to get as close to full meter as possible without going over, similar to the prices, right? One, two, three. Gotta keep as much meter as possible here. So stage 1, Mirror Maniac. Fairly simple, easy to pretty much just manipulate by shooting it a lot. Special weapons will pretty much force the enemy to change their RNG a bit. Right, there's good. Low health, Mirror Maniac will start going into really bad patterns. It'll start cloning itself. If you hit the other one, it will go ahead and bonk you, so don't do that. Not bad Mirror Maniac, though. I goofed only once, but it's fine. You're gonna see me having a lot of free time to actually just dance around to the beat. You have the opportunity to change players after each stage, but I keep one character all the way through. That is some Pink Ranger emotes from Geo right there. Welcome, welcome. Stage 2, Aircraft Carrier. This one's also pretty simple, and the boss is very easy to manipulate and exploit, and I'll show you when we get there. Every song in this game is amazing. Every stage in this game is pretty good, except for one, which has a really scary boss that can actually soft lock your game. And waste about 20-25 minutes because it's in the middle of a run. So we're going to do our best to avoid that, and I'll point out where that is, and I'll tell you how to avoid it. Every putty, depending on its color, acts differently. The purple ones are pretty standard. The orange ones are kind of slow, honestly. Like, they're not really too scary. Okay, that was pretty bad of me. Oh, happens. Thank you for the $20 indeed. As I mentioned at the beginning of the run, all of these wonderful donations will go to Random Acts to help feed local food banks, and that is one of the best charities of all, because everybody needs food. And there are those out there who definitely need it a little bit more than others. I'm playing awful right now. Yellow ones are scary because they will jump backwards and then fly into you like that. So if you're not set up properly and you're not on the right characters, you're not going to have priority on them, and you're going to get hit. You saw me back there a little bit. Just taking a little bit of extra precautions since I didn't want to waste too much life going into this. Best thing to do, hold right, stay to the right, because sometimes there's going to be some cutscenes at the end of a stage, mid-level, where you're being forced to run towards the right. So, you know, save the frames and get kicked really, really often. Oops, that's pause button. My pause buttons are mapped a little bit differently depending on whether I'm playing on, that's awful. Whether I'm playing for random Mondays or not. That's why I pressed the wrong button, because that's actually a different button for me normally. If you morph, you can actually kill the ones in the back, and you can only do it once, obviously, but... Gonna mean by lots of free time. This buddy I do not trust. That one is very, very, very tricky. That one you cannot hit while you're on the actual lift, which is really weird, but that's the way this goes. Here's your first one up. And that one usually gets me, so nothing out of the ordinary there. But lots of free time to dance along with music. With one of the best soundtracks on the SNES that nobody's ever played, sadly. So, if you're liking this, come play it. It's a great game. The leaderboards are pretty small, so you can get a solid time pretty easily, and maybe even beat me. And that's not too difficult. So. Come get a free PB, huh? Alright, that one I do not trust, so I'm actually going to morph right here. Which is your X button. That one will probably kill me if I didn't morph right there. Because the hitbox on that one while you're jumping into stuff is kind of awkward. So second stage boss, which is Cannon Top, is really easy to manipulate, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stage. How, you ask? Let me show you. Cannon Top only fires either mortar shells or front-face cannon. Every time you get on that top lift, it goes into front-face cannon after a couple seconds. If you fall off the lift, though, it's a little bit scary, and if you stay towards the back of where the actual lift goes, you might have to find yourself actually ducking right there. Try to stay towards the front. And don't get got. This is actually not a great cannon top because I didn't manipulate it enough. But it's okay. Like, my PBs for the first couple stages are usually around 5.5 minutes, so that's a little bit slower than usual, but not too much. Stage 3, our auto-scroller. This would be the best stage to read off donations. So if you have any in the chat, Ant, or anybody that's able to read the list, go ahead and feel free to. If we got any good donation incentives coming. Here's our stage 3 boss, Scalarina. Scalarina bails, and we have to go chase her. Not too much to explain in this particular section at all. First part is actually pretty simple. Once you start seeing signs in the background, stuff starts happening. First it's rocks on the ground, and then it gets a little bit more serious than that. Unless we're all caught up on donations, in which case, hooray! I will just sit here and jam out to snowboarding with you. There's a snowmobile that comes after you right there. It's the only one you're going to see on the stage, so bye snowmobile. See you next round. We have ski gates. Something I guess I'll mention is you're most likely not going to have enough power to morph before Skelerina, so it's automatically going to do it for you at the end of the stage, so... There's just not enough power, basically, in this stage at all. Welcome to our final obstacle, which is the spike ceilings. The game will mix it up. You can tell because there's a putty in front of you that will get bonked every single time, so that's your tell. Thank you, Gio, for the $20 for KSS second helping. That will be my second run coming up, and that'll be the incentive for that one, so much appreciated. So now that you're on this particular section, there is a one-up chest here. I forget which one it is out of the three, so probably not going to see it. I think it's on the top there, though. But we're not near that one at the moment. Fish are annoying if you don't deal with them actually on the first wave. They will come back and try to bite you again and take up even more of your time. So. Game starts throwing triple sets of rocks at you. Putties will jump over it. You can just jump in the background. Okay, there's the one up. I was wrong. It's actually the double there. But that's the other one up on this stage. Let's jump. But yeah, other than staying unmorphed for the entire stage, I shouldn't have done it. It's not a terrible challenge to not die here. No hamburger, yep. The third one was just power, as I remember, but it still wouldn't have been enough to morph anyways, so... Speaking of easy to manipulate bosses, Skelerina. You can either do this the slow and safe way, or she acts like Vega from Street Fighter every once in a while. Wow, this is a really weird pattern. Rude. You can play chicken with her and knock her into infinite that way. Or you can try to punch her, she'll fly backwards towards the back edge of the screen. And you can keep her there, or you can force her into charged infinite loops that way. Every second punch, if she's anywhere that's right, not next to the actual edge of the screen, that will force her to actually back up into that second where you can actually just combo her infinitely. But like that right there, she has no room, so she's not going to do anything. Playing chicken with her requires timing, of which you have to be a little bit earlier on your punches than you would think. Yeah, that was bad timing. So was that. Okay, we're gonna play it safe for the rest of this so I don't die here. I like having my no miss go all the way up to stage 6. Or at least die on stage 5 where it normally does. So yeah, she managed to get me, but that's okay. So stage 3 is down. That's it for the easy bosses. The rest of them are going to be anywhere from moderately annoying to why the heck is this in a game. Stage 4 Train has the worst mini-boss in the game. We're going to be trying to deal with that as best as possible without dying. I will probably most likely be forced to morph there, or actually die because that boss is terrible. You'll see why shortly. Nothing much to talk about for the rest of the stage right here. It's just a little bit of beat 'em up goodness. Nothing scary or anything. The grasshoppers will fire mortars on you if you are taking way too long to kill them. But that's their pattern. Those ones drop bombs on you, basically. Or, like, energy, I guess you would think of it as. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, this game definitely does play like a fighting game more than it plays as an actual like platformer and beat 'em up. It's kind of interesting like that. So I consider it pretty unique for the genre. But yeah, kill these or they do come back and try to fire on you again. We got our least favorite yellow ones right there. That happens more than you think it does. That's bad. Don't do that. Thankfully, the hamburger there will kind of save your no-miss attempt. Before you are able to get Morph energy, which I got it a little bit earlier than usual. But that's good because, as I mentioned, this mini-boss is a giant pain in the butt. Speaking of, here it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk my no-miss right there. Plus it'll deal damage to actually that side as well, so that's just better that way. Almost had it on Morph. That's a shame. So once you kill that, the train goes spiraling out of control and goes off to its doom. A little bit of force spawns right here, one on each side constantly. Like, this one does introduce 2 new types though. The sword ones take 3 hits if you're unmorphed. The chocolate ones are full of chocolate pain, and those ones will be slightly harder to kill as well. Stay to the right there because you're gonna get shuffled off the screen again. Buddies have assault rifles now. Pretty much the only stage they have them in, and they're only in the minecarts. So. Once you don't see these anymore, they're gone forever. I mean, this could be rails that go into a downward spiral like you would see on some sort of amusement park ride, right? It's easier to go bot side for this one than it is to go top side for that particular section. The fire is really hard to jump over unless you're some sort of, like, god of movement. Do not want to grab that last one. Not before we do... Back. And now we have full meter for the most annoying boss in the game. As I mentioned, this boss can actually rep your runs because this thing, if you kill it off screen, it will go ahead and soft lock you because there is no way for it to have the exploding animation that you need. I do not like the way it's doing that. Magnet Brain will try to pull you in or push you away, but since we have bow lock, we are actually able to cause it to change RNG every time we hit it. You almost got me there. But yeah, do not kill this thing when you are too close to either edge of the screen, or you will lose 20 minutes of your life, and it's really unfortunate. No, I'm not falling for that. It is very hard to get more than 2 hits on him at any one point in time, so this is a giant time waster of a boss. If you can get to about 24 minutes here, you're in much better shape than I am going to be with this. That's a good 3-hit right there. Also good 3 hits. We are away from a edge of the screen, so we're okay to actually kill here. But we're gonna make him jump into us and really block towards us. Where are you going? Back here. Oh wow, it actually hits you after that. Alright. Be that way. Ruin my point total. Alright, so welcome to stage 5. This is like one of the longest stages in the game. And this will usually be, if you're running some sort of no-miss run, this will usually be where the run dies. Because the third part of this stage is actually kind of awful. First one's pretty simple though. These Gundam robots will take a bunch of hits to kill, but since you're running Kim, you would rather want to kick them instead of punch them. Because punching animation is going to be a little bit slower. You preferably want to get your power up by the time you finish 5-1. We should get pretty close to that, depending on how our luck with the robots are. Because these ones will either drop little power-ups or they'll drop big ones. You usually have enough meter, not always. Six hits right there. That was awful. That was even worse. Ever kick a moving vehicle? You can in this game. Ever play chicken with it? You can totally do that too. And I might get killed here. But not to that. I'm falling for that. Or that. Fortunately, once it goes up into the air to try and charge you down with that fireball, it does not change lanes to troll you. I'm not gonna get killed by the Subway sandwiches. Okay. I'm gonna get killed by that instead, because they have really long range. Did I mention this is the stage where usually most of the no-miss runs just die? I popped that way too early. That's fine. I call this guy Hanzo the Ninja. Hanzo is usually extremely polite and does not teleport on top of you, most of the time. There are some times when he does though, and it's awful, and there's no control over it. Alright, do we have enough power and warp here? No, we don't. Okay, bad RNG happens. Welcome to 5-2, where you usually don't die here. Unless you're like really low on health coming into this. But you come across the Tusken Raiders from Star Wars, and they do spawn in fixed... That was actually not good. I don't like this. Playing Hotfoot is scary in that section. I'm actually surprised I did not get hurt worse than that. Darn, almost had it. We're gonna have to morph right here, probably. Okay, we definitely have to go. Away with me, wild beast. You get the giant presses right here. These things are instant death, so don't get squished. If you're lucky, you can actually get past them without getting stuck on them like that. No, I missed the jump. It's okay. Kimberly kicks out of the way though. Just stats or animations overall. Save the frames and get a 1-up to cleanse the bad taste in our mouth of what we had from really bad leftover stuffing. The claws will come down to try and laser you. If you're unmorphed still, for if you want to go like hero mode or something, this is usually where you will be forced to morph. Because if you do not, you cannot grab onto those hooks on the top, and you have to wait for those platforms to take a bunch of time that way. So if you look at those escape hatch, like chutes that they're actually like coming through, it kind of reminds you of Turtles in Time 2. Excuse me, TMNT 2 arcade game. I wish there was a Turtles in Time 2. 5-3 is where you will usually die, because there's a lot of things here that you're gonna get bonked by. If it's not the hamburger buns there, it'll be the giant spiders. If it's not the spiders, it'll be the spiky things. Like, there's just a ton in here to deal with, you. But this also introduces something you can only pretty much do on this level, which is use the platforms to climb really quickly. One of the only times you're going to see me do an uppercut in this game. Each ranger can actually do uppercuts while morphed, and sometimes it's a good idea too. I don't like doing it personally. But to deal with the gold spiky ones, 100% do it. And I just barely got the hamburger, thanks. By the way, speaking of getting hamburgers, we can totally donate to help feed wonderful charities around the United States and beyond. Please do so if you can. Definitely appreciate it. And I am playing this fight really poorly because I have a gold spiky to deal with. Could have another punch to go. Oh god, I got it really early, that's bad. I'm gonna lose like at least half my meter before this boss fight. Coco Lyra Rangers, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, we lost most of our meter here. Granted, this is the one boss in which you don't have to worry too much about not having meter to actually stun lock, because after 3 shots or so, 3 to 4, it'll just go into invincibility frames. Don't do that. I would explain a little bit more, but Silverhorns is kind of an annoying fight, so I kind of need to focus here. But just in case you haven't learned how to grab stuff and move around on the half of the stage in Fight 2, you pretty much learn right here. If you don't give them enough time to actually reset, one punch will actually throw them into iframes instead of 3. So I don't die to Silverhorns, but I die to something much earlier in the stage. It happens. Just gotta stay positive, you know? And appreciate all the Power Ranger head emotes in chat. Stage 6 has the best music in the game for stages. So we're just gonna kind of listen to the jams a little bit. Not much to talk about because, you know, these things will squish you, and you don't want that. But it's gonna happen because you get forced into really bad patterns. Oh, that is mean. So the gears in the back will actually power these lifts right here to carry you into spikes on the ceiling, and you don't want that either, so just stay in the middle. You can fly through one of them and be fine, but going through 2 or 3 of them like that, no, you're gonna get bonked. So we're just gonna wait it out. You can stay away from it. But yeah, best song in the game. This is the song of you're coming up on the final boss soon, and you know you want to just climb and get cheesed by really bad positioning. If things take 5 hits to kill, you're not going to have enough energy to morph this early, most likely, so... If you're a different ranger, just deal with it however you can. But Kimberly kicks are usually the best, so that's why I stick with those. Remember how we have really annoying mini-bosses on stage 4? The game makes up for it by giving you the stage 6 mini-boss, which is literally just slapping it a lot. As long as you do not have any sort of boxes for them to grab and throw at you, this is the most free boss of your life. Dance time. Not as much dance time this run. I've actually been kind of like tryhard mode. Do not get bonked by that rocket or it will insta kill you. Just don't do it. The timing is a little bit different than what I'm used to right now with these, so I've been playing it a little bit safer. It should be a little more right here though. Or at least down here. There we go. We're gonna be using that setup really quickly. So that one though. If you are not far enough down, you're going to have to actually reset the lift. Because it'll think that you're actually not going to take it all the way down, and it just wants to like make sure that you're getting onto it. Oh, thank goodness it didn't jump left. That would have actually killed me. Extra safety 1-up for the 1cc. Because this game is very generous with your 1-ups. Speaking of being generous, if you are able, please donate to our wonderful cause we have this weekend for you. I am so happy to be a part of Feed the Kids 23. It's my second one, and I am absolutely just having a great time in this community. So, if you're watching for the first time and you're able to, don't get shot. But instead, if you have a little bit of extra money in your pocket you don't know what to do with, helping charity out is one of the best things you can do. If you aren't able to do that, that's okay too. We appreciate you being here and staying with us all weekend long. We had some really bad deaths this run. So sad. So, stage 6 boss is Mainframe. Mainframe has 3 orbs at the top there. We want to see lots and lots of the red or green ones, and none of the blue ones preferably. Your easiest attacks are going to be to actually just sit here and punch it. Oh, 3 greens in a row is great. the game will eventually get mad at you and try to throw all three of them at you. That can actually be done multiple times in a row too, which will give you lots of extra times for hits. Uppercuts aren't really effective here, so you don't have to worry about doing those. Okay. Almost had a no-hit there. But you know what? We just had a no blue, and that's incredible RNG. Let's go. Mother Brain, wrong game. I mean, technically it's Mother Brain, or Father Brain, or just Main Brain. But at least it's not Krang, and it's not talking to us. That'd be even creepier. So stage 7 coming up. Depending on Ivan's RNG, we might PB here. That is a very strong maybe. This would have to be like incredible RNG. I don't think we will though. We're gonna be probably like towards 43 minutes or so, but we'll still be well under estimate. Oh, those emotes are amazing. So every 3 hits, Ivan will go into an insta invincibility frame right here, and then he'll jump, and that's how you manipulate him. Unless he throws lots of fireballs at you, which is entirely possible too. Once he gets low enough to start draining health off of him, he's going to start actually jumping up in the sky a bit more, which is going to be his like supercharged attack. I am dying for no reason. Oh no, you didn't. I thought I had him in invincibility right there, and he just trolled me. That's a dead PB. Hey, you get kicked in the shins to death. So yeah, PP is dead for sure. Because once this timer starts, your time is fixed, regardless of how many times you die. So that's how we know the run is dead already for me. It was nice having a no miss on main frame though for no blues. That was great. The rest of the run was kind of awkward, but whatever. So every great, totally not Metroid game will have some sort of escape sequence, right? I tried. I just jumped too late. But it's fine, because our time can't go up anymore from what it's going to go up to already. My button presses are not long enough. So my personal best is 42.25, but that is completely out the window because Ivan decided to troll me. But it's okay. We're doing this for charity, so I am more than happy to take all the teasing for really bad box tips. Because you know what? This is for the kids. This isn't for me. This is for all of you and the kids. There you go, that will be 4307. Yeah, that easily could have gotten close to PB if I hadn't died on Ivan. Thank you for the GGs. Much appreciated, everybody. Ivan good. Oh gosh. So this run was kind of weird. Having to play chicken with Gallerina and then shift at the last second was kind of sad. Could have BB'd off that too, actually. Get a little funny cutscene here at the very end of this one. Friendly boxing match. Get to see all 6 of our ranger friends here, and hey, who's that in the background? People that we haven't seen in a really long time because, RIP. RIP Jason, I think it was Jason Darvin? That's not right. Also RIP Jason David Frank too. And that's Power Rangers the movie. Overall, excellent game to pick up if you enjoy a little bit of fighting, a little bit of platforming, a little bit of beat-em-ups. Game just throws it all together for you. I think it was Paul Schreier that was Bulk, and I think he's still alive. I could be completely, like, not remembering things right, but I know one of them was alive and one of them passed away. Yeah, thank you for the GGs. So, coming up next, I've got Kirby Superstar for you. It'll be coming up in a little bit. Okay, that is correct, okay. I'm not losing my mind, Smile. And if you haven't, go ahead and check out our awesome donation incentives, one of which is actually going to be coming up pretty quickly here, so... Let's see if that was mapped. We are at 50 of 100 for the second gourmet race, so... I would say we could totally get that extra 50 during the Kirby Superstar run, and then I'll do the second gourmet race at the end of it, if we get to there, so... Please feel free to give if you're able. If you're not, just stick around with us. And we're here for you all weekend. I'll see y'all in just a couple minutes for Kirby.